This is a video on sizing your ring. I received this letter. Dear Joyce, I recently went to my jeweler because I swear my rings are shrinking. In reality, I know the problem is my knuckles are getting larger due to arthritis. My mother had the same problem. When I've gotten rings sized to fit over my knuckle, they end up spinning around. What can I do? How do I make sure my finger is being properly sized? I don't want to keep going back and paying to have it changed. Sincerely, Tight in North Venice Beach. Dear Tight, there's hope. Let's get down to basics. This is a mandrel, and it's used to size a ring. Your jeweler may want to check the size of a ring you're currently wearing as a guide to know what size fits best. This is a ring sizer. Your jeweler will have, and they will ask you to try on various rings to see which one fits best. Generally, they go up a half a size. So you can try on a 5, a 5.5, a 6, a 6.5, etc. Just so you know, you're also not restricted to just these sizes. Your jeweler has the ability to size a ring to whatever you need. So if a 6 3/4 would work best for you, even though you may not be able to try it on from the sizer, your jeweler has the means to make it that size. By the way, the average size finger for a woman is between a 6 and a 7. If you don't have access to a jeweler and you need to check your finger size, this is a plastic sizer. You put your finger through the holes until you find a fit. Then you snap it out and put it on your finger to double check. These are available, by the way, on my website. How is a ring sized? It's not as easy as you think. Your jeweler will cut the ring in the back, generally where it's the thinnest. Matching the metal, the thickness, and the width of your existing ring, metal will be added to increase the size, or metal will be removed to reduce the size. It's then soldered closed. Here are some complications and why it can take your jeweler up to 40 minutes to size your ring. Most jewelers use torches to make the metal malleable, so they can solder your ring closed. Certain stones don't take the heat well and can crack or crumble. Your jeweler might have to heat sink the ring to protect the stone. Your jeweler may have to work around some engraving or designs on the outside of the ring, or engraving on the inside of the ring. Generally, all white gold is plated with a white metal called rhodium, which is in the platinum family. This is done because gold is naturally yellow. Different alloys are added to make it white. Over time, the yellow fights to come out, sometimes making your jewelry look less white or shiny. White gold rings need to be re-rhodiumed after sizing. When done by a competent jeweler, you should see no evidence of sizing work. A few things to note about your fingers. The fingers of your dominant hand are usually larger, usually by about a half a size. So I'm right-handed, and the ring finger on my right hand is a half a size larger than the ring finger on my left. You need to understand upon which finger you'll be wearing the ring. For example, if you plan to wear it on your left hand, make sure you size your left hand ring finger and not your right. Your hands are smaller when they're cold and larger when they're warm. For those of us in the Northeast, in the summer your rings may feel tighter. In the winter, they may feel looser. Certain medications can make your finger size fluctuate too. The wider the ring, the tighter it will fit. A thin ring can be worked over the knuckle and the skin of your finger to get to the base. So if you're looking at purchasing a thinner ring, you can go a little smaller. If it's a wider ring, you may want it to be a little larger than your normal size. If you're having a problem getting a ring on your finger, try a spray of a blue window cleaner. As we age, many of us have a problem with the knuckles of our fingers. As knuckles swell with arthritis, they get larger. If you size a ring up to fit a knuckle, then it gets over the knuckle and down to the base of the finger, and it'll be loose. Rings will often spin around. This is the very problem Tight in North Venice Beach has. There are several things that can be done to help with this problem. This is a ring with a ring guard. This is a temporary fix. This one is base metal, and it can be wrapped around the sides of the ring. It can be bent and has some movement. Unfortunately, this movement can result in scratches to your ring. Over time it will loosen and will need to be replaced. This is a plastic version of a ring guard. It won't scratch your ring and you can put it on once your ring is on, but it will loosen over time and it will get dirty. This ring is sized to fit over your knuckle snugly. You put it on sideways, so the widest part goes over your knuckle. Once at the base of your finger, you can right it and the balls will keep it positioned correctly. Some people don't like the feeling of the balls on the inside. Some people don't mind. Since these are made in 14 karat white or yellow gold, there is an expense associated with this option. This ring has a U-shaped piece of metal soldered at the base, inside the ring. This piece is attached only at the bottom. It can be shaped a little bit. It works best when you don't like the balls and when you need a bit more room taken up at the base of your finger. Since it's a bigger piece of 14 karat white or yellow gold, it is more expensive than the balls above. If you have a larger disparity between the size of your knuckle and the base of your finger, generally a difference of 2 sizes or more, you may need to consider a more drastic solution. So if your knuckle requires a size 8 ring and the base of your finger is a size 6, the only option might be an arthritic device. While there are several types in the 3 jewelry stores where I've been employed, all offered only one type. In this version, the back half of the ring is removed and replaced with a device that has a hinge on one side and a latch on the other. Remarkably, these are not seen when they are closed. Using this device, you don't need to worry about your knuckle at all. The ring opens and goes right over the base of your finger and snaps shut. To open it, there's a little circle that you push with the tip of a pen and it opens up. But this is an expensive option because you're taking the back of the ring off and replacing it with a whole new back. Going to a reputable jeweler armed with this new knowledge will help you tremendously. Thank you.